All right, welcome back, Cyber Traders, on this lovely Thursday. Good to see everyone. Welcome back. Having a great, good to see you, Randy, Chuck, Norman, everyone on YouTube. Welcome back. We're having a very exciting market, getting a little bit of a bounce back. We were down almost 200. We're back up like 713. Market looks like coming back. What a hell of a disaster we had yesterday. Big crash that was going on. Kind of expected seeing it. Listen, inflation. I told you this. I went to Home Depot. $68 for a piece of plywood? Are you kidding me? A 2x4, I was paying $2.40 last year. It was almost like $8. What the hell is going on? You got like, we're getting hacked with Colonial. People running out of gas down the west. I mean, listen, I feel their pain. Okay, I've been there. Some of you probably remember this, but when we had Hurricane Sandy, it was like this for 3 weeks. Forget about the hurricane. The worst part was not having gas. I can feel it. I can feel your pain. So hopefully it's, listen, it's definitely affecting certain stocks out there. Security stocks are doing pretty well. We did well with the stock NLOC yesterday. There's a couple of good other ones that we traded. We're going to check them out. But listen, inflation is there. It's real. Some people, it's funny. When you become a trader, and my kids always ask me this, like, Dad, why are you always watching, these channels, this TV? Let's watch a movie every day. I'm like, son, I have to know what's going on with the market. He's like, yeah, but it's always, they feel like they talk about the same stuff. He's like, no, it's like, but then they start asking me questions like, what does this mean? What does that mean? Why is this going up? Why is that going up? Why can't we do this? Why can't we do that? And as a trader, you start to realize that, everything that seems you start to get affected by. And I think now people are starting to ask questions. I got a couple of emails from people. Oh, actually, I was getting even Insta messages on my Instagram. People ask me, hey, what do you mean by inflation? Like, people don't understand what that means. People start waking up like, wait, why is gas going up so much? And then I'm like, well, listen, it's not what's going up. It's what you can make money trading it. You know what I mean? And look at what's going from there. So, now when no one knows anything until it starts affecting them. And you know what? Remember, catastrophes make for opportunities for us in the trading community. And that's why we're here and we're doing what we're doing. So let's go out there and do some shopping. But before I do that, I want to talk about what happened yesterday, because we had a couple of nice looking stocks that did move. We had this one stock yesterday, this AUTL. It wasn't a huge winner. It went from roughly around 480. By 11 o'clock, it was up already at 650. It was okay. It wasn't great, El-Ray was a great short. This thing just got decimated. Look at this thing. Went from 19 almost all the way down to 13, and you could see the writing on the wall. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the short off because my broker had the jerks had no stock in inventory because I probably gave it out already before I got to it. Remember, some people are like, why are you able to short? I'm not able to short. Listen, they got rid of the naked shorts. What the hell does that mean? Oh, well, you know what? Go on my YouTube channel, look it up, and I'll tell you exactly what it is. So, and watch mine, not with other people, because other people don't know what it really means. I was a trader. I know exactly what it means. I was actually one of the people that was obviously advocating, to get rid of it. It's the dumbest rule in the world. Something passed back in 1929. They finally got rid of it after like 4 or 5 years. But anyway, what a great short that stock did. That thing went from 17 all the way down to about $13. Great little short. Eyes was okay. I know Josh was trading it. He did pretty well on that. That stock went from like 550 to 7. My best trade was probably the NLOC. I actually ended up doing a swing trade on the NLOC. So not only did I day trade it, but I did do swing trade on it. The afternoon had a little bit of a pop, a little bit, nothing crazy. If you look at every one of these trades, they all kind of did the same thing. They had these big run-ups, and then, once again, you're done at 10:30. What's wrong with that, right? So every stock pretty much looks the same. And that was it. And then there's that FUBU that came down. That thing was gapped up, and all of a sudden it came back down. So that was a pretty decent short. Anyway, so what's going on this morning? Okay, well, market's making a little bit of comeback. Listen, I'm hearing people on the financial stations bashing high tech, in a way that they were telling me, they were saying that it grew almost $14 trillion. There might be a correction of $5 trillion, which is really not that bad, right? Like, going down like 30%. I mean, these things are up pretty huge. So I don't know. We'll see how it pans out, but there's a lot to be worried about out there. Like I said, you got Middle East that's going on right now with what's going on in Israel with the attacks over there with Palestine. You got the oil crisis going on right now. You got like I said, you got all these things that are going on. The $1 trillion deal. A lot of this could affect certain stocks on a positive and a negative way. My biggest concern I'm worried about, I think I told you guys this about 6 months ago, or even like 3 months ago, maybe. Inflation. People that's my biggest concern. I don't think the stock market's going to crash too much. I think they'll find a way. I think certain stocks will because some stocks are going to actually do well from it. Some will go down. So what do you think about it? You got one that goes up, but the other one goes down. You're right back in the middle. So, but I think inflation is going to kick in on certain stocks. I think there's going to be some good opportunities on certain stocks to jump in. Remember, to be a good swing trader and be a good option trader, you damn well better learn what's happening over the course of the day, because we saw a lot of these stocks that we've been trading as swing trades. If we didn't get out of them, we'd have been crushed on certain ones. So anyway, let's go through the watch list. Listen, I really wasn't that impressed this morning. There wasn't that much out there. I mean, there was a stock. We all know what happened, what's going on with Riot and Mara. Okay. So Elon Musk just totally bashed it. He says, you know what? He reconsidered. You know what? Maybe I don't want to take Bitcoin. Okay. And you know what? This is only my speculation when I think of it, why he said that. Basically what happened, the crisis with Colonial Oil, the hackers wanted to get paid in Bitcoin, right? Why? Remember, if you know the whole history of Bitcoin, what the purpose of it, it's untraceable. It's electronic transaction. It was done. They said it was basically invented because of the drug dealers were using it back in the old days, when it first came out. So people were paid so nobody could track it. It's untraceable. So I don't know, maybe, and then it's so unusual that he was a fan on Saturday and now all of a sudden he doesn't like it anymore. He doesn't want to accept it anymore. So that's, maybe has something to do with it. I don't know. I'm just speculating, but I'm not buying this because he's an environmentalist and he's worried about because of mining. I don't know what the hell that's all about. Okay. Mining Bitcoin and, and I don't know. I don't know what that means. All right. But I think it has something to do because I think there's going to probably be regulation coming. And you know what? Government wants to get paid. They look where the money is. If they can make money on it, why wouldn't they, right? So, hey, they want to tax the New York Stock Exchange a ridiculous amount of money. And New York Stock Exchange said, yeah, you want taxes? No problem, New York City. That's fine. We're mobile. We can go someplace else. So, so anyway, let's go through it. But you could see some of the stocks got really hit. Riot took a big hit yesterday, and it's been on a downtrend. I mean, we did well with Riot during that big rally. And, it's starting to come back a little bit. Mara also took a very, very big hit, starting to come back a little bit. What happened with Coin? Coin also, it really didn't go down that much. Coin's really kind of holding here. Listen, I'm a little bit of a fan of Coin because it's a really big, big company. I would just probably, as a swing trade, people are already jumping into it. Listen, you want it to kind of find its base. Let it settle. I'll give you an example. Look at Roblox. We traded Roblox the other day. See, Roblox went public not too long ago, right? Look at it. It's kind of building a base. I don't believe anyone should swing trade until that 3 months are up and then finding out where everything is going and, let all these CEOs cash out and take their money so they build those nice extensions and get the 150-foot yachts. But, I used to trade IPOs every day. I know exactly how they work. I see how they work. I don't sometimes even day trade them. They're too crazy sometimes. But as a swing trade, people are like, oh, this company's going public. I want to buy. Yeah, I will. Listen, we learned that very well with DraftKings. DraftKings went public. We saw how it was trading. It kind of built some support. Sometimes they bring them up too high. We saw that happen with BJ's and all that. But once again, you got to be very careful. But overall, the market in general, what's going on, I didn't see that much. I mean, unless something came out big right now. I mean, you had this PALI that's up 29%, but you could see she's kind of like flatlined right here. Found this VTX VTNR. It's kind of flat, even though it's up 17%. FTEK, this one right here had a pop in the after hours yesterday. Went from $1.60 to $2.50. She's holding pretty flat here. I don't know, maybe I'll consider this one. I'll put it on the B list. NLOC, I might still want to be. I might want to day trade that one too. I did as a swing trade, but I might still want to day trade it. I mean, it got upgraded to 28, and then another big analyst came and said it's going to go to 30. And listen, I would, if anything, I would probably speculate and say the only reason why it's going up after with the cyber attacks. Now people are like, oh my God, maybe somebody going to cyber attack me, and then obviously the big real news is because it came out good earnings, and also they did a buyback. That's one of the best things anything you ever want to hear about a company, anything, buybacks. Buybacks are probably the best I've ever heard. The only person that I knew made the worst buyback in the history of the market is the owner of Bear Stearns. It was the only one, and we all know what happened in the financial crisis. It was the worst trade ever in history was the CEO of Bear Stearns. So we all know how that story ended. Anyway, that's about it. I mean, we got a couple. I'm not really a big fan so far this morning, and that's okay. But we all know that sometimes things do pop up in the morning, when market opens up at 9:30. So we'll see how we trade from there. But other than that, I would kind of like stay away. I didn't do any trades this morning. My hands are right sitting down, especially what's going on with this market. I don't really see anything crazy. Did anyone else see anything out there? Andre says cryptos will be the new cannabis. All good if you can tax it. Yep. And you know what? Anything, taxation is theft, they call it, right? So they'll do whatever they can to tax it. They can tax it. We all know how that. Listen, once they did that, Andre, we all know what happened to all the pot stocks. They came crashing down. Remember TLRY? Remember TLRY? What was TLRY at? And I'm not talking about this rally. I'm talking about this one back in 18 when it ran from 23 all the way to almost 300. Look at that chart. Look how pretty that one looks at. All right. Somebody on YouTube explained it better. If you can trace it, if you can't trace it, you can't tax it. I would agree with you, but somebody is obviously buying it. And I mean, now you have a company like Coin out there. I don't know, it's a public company. You know how these governments are. They can come down there and says, hey, hello, we want to know what's going on in here. So I don't know about that. We'll see how it works out. But anyway, I'll be let's try to be positive and let's try to benefit from it. You know what? If it brings it down, it's a great short. So don't be scared about it. Anyway, we'll start commentary right at 9:30. If you're joining us today, remember at 12 o'clock, we have open house every Thursday live here at Cyber Trading University. We will broadcast live on YouTube. Please go out there and share it, friend it with your friends. Let them know. Let's talk about and show them what the level 3 is, the level 4 is, how we find these stocks, and introduce them to the art of day trading. So if you have the opportunity to go out there and share us, all right? In the meantime, everyone, we'll see you in the next 15 minutes. If you're watching YouTube, Facebook Live, if you want to join us, just click on the bottom, like us and friend us, and we'll see you in the upcoming events. All right, guys, good luck, everyone. Happy trading, and be safe.